Привет! Добро пожаловать на канал Wiki Travels.
Hi, welcome to the Wiki Travels channel, and today we're going to talk about a weekend trip to area of Hamyshki and Dakhovskaya villages on Mount Good. Often, when we travel to the mountains, we come across suspension bridges over mountain rivers, but we didn't pay much attention to them until now. Today, we came to see one of those bridges. It is held out over Bela River in Dakhovskaya village, and look, it seems not to be very big, but for a person who is not used to such bridges, of course, it is something quite interesting. I am telling you this on a personal note, because anyway, when you walk over the bridge, it waggles so unusual, and if any person goes with you, you feel the vibration of his steps and it makes your heart beats faster. So yeah, we are starting the morning with such an exciting experience. We went to this bridge for two reasons. First of all, to see it and tell you about it. And second, to wait for the weather to get warmer. Because you know, today's forecast promises plus 2 degrees in the morning, and although it's December, I would like it to get a bit milder. Good Mountain is right on the outskirts of Dakhovskaya village. We literally drove just a few hundred meters beyond it, parked the car next to the highway, and hit the road. Well, my dear friends, it's been 20 minutes of hiking. I can tell you that since we haven't gone up the hill for a long time, we are walking slowly. It's hard a bit. I even feel my heart beating. And only one of our traveling companions, Veronica in particular, is having her nap peacefully and actually nothing really bothers her. I hope she is going to sleep right enough so we can get to the top, because if not, it's going to be even harder to walk since she wants to make it on her own. She desperately needs to check every grass blade around. So yes, I hope she will sleep as much time as we need to climb this hill by the time she wakes up. We didn't choose this heading by chance. There were several factors that helped us decide on this particular location. First of all, of course, is the low difficulty of the road. I mean, it's not very intense. The way up took us only a few hours, assuming that we carried the baby in our arms, and sometimes Veronica wanted to walk on her own, which actually slowed us down on the way. But getting out at 12:30 from the car... Sorry, I slipped. Having left the car at 12:30, we were on the top at about 2 o'clock, so if you want something easy, think about this option. The second aspect that we kept in mind is that now in the Krasnodar region and the Republic of Adygea, some tourist spots have become just incredibly popular among visitors, and you have to wait for really huge lines to climb the Eagle's Ramp in May, for example. You don't just meet people on your way, you go all together in the one big endless group. So yes, we decided to choose something less crowded, and as you can see, there is hardly anyone around us. Talking about weak points, it's pretty slushy here. We thought of that, so we've got special boots that we wouldn't mind getting dirty. But you know, the sun has melted this frozen mud, and we're just up to our ears in mud. Look at our trousers, look at our boots. Keep that in mind if you're coming here. Bring shoes for the mud and a change for the car. As you can see, our plan to get to the top while baby is sleeping failed miserably. So voila, the baby has been moved to my arms and now even to my back, and we are moving this way. Well, it's not that far to the top, just 1.5 kilometers, and we are finally out in the sunshine. It's much more pleasant to walk this way. So we'll quickly go there, quickly take pictures, and then we can go home. So we made it to the car, which I'm glad we did. And actually, we wanted to finish the story about the whole trip there on the top of the mountain, but despite the fact that it was incredibly beautiful there, it was also windy. So to keep warm, we ran down once we had filmed everything, and as soon as we got down to the windless area, Veronica fell asleep and it was decided to run to the car. So here we are, baby has already woken up. There is an interesting fact about the name of Mount Good. First, the Adygean language has a word for the rumble of wind in the mountains. It sounds similar to good, and perhaps that is where the name comes from. They also have a word for gadfly, which in flight emits a monotonous hum. Furthermore, there is an opinion that the mount is an ancient volcano, and on its summit there are remnants of a crater, and when the wind blows through this crater, it creates a hum which gave its name to Mount Good. And there's an alternative opinion that this mountain is not actually a volcano, but it was a coral reef at the bottom of the ocean, and the crater at the top is actually of karstic origin, so it's a cap which is also washed with water, and the source of sound comes from underground, where some tectonic processes are still going. But for an exact opinion, I would advise you to ask geologists, and we are just interested amateurs. On the internet, you can find two spellings of the name, good with a voiced consonant at the end and good with voiceless one. So don't be surprised, it's obviously the same place. As I said, this mountain is not super popular among tourists, but in the last few years there has been a tourist lodge that its owners can move from place to place on a truck, and it's probably such a magnet for the tourist industry in this area as well. And further on, today we met some people, two couples at the top, who appear to be staying in this lodge for the night. We've never been there ourselves, and to be honest, I don't even know how to find that lodge, but it's very interesting to hear from you if you've been there, or maybe you know anything. Please write us in the comments below. And if you know other interesting places of similar format, please share, it's very interesting. And maybe we'll even go to such lodge one day, either this or another, and tell you about it.